welcome to the second episode of Know Them. I'm your co-host, Alan, or as people are calling me now, Know Them. And our
And I'm your other host,
um,
youtooz rating. And today we've got a very special guest. You go.
youtooz.leaks,
yay!
Leaks.
Before we start, where can they follow you, youtooz.leaks? Where can they follow you?
On Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And I'm going to be ramping up TikTok really soon. I got like 3 banger vids in the making right now. We'll see when those go up. I have no clue. I'm terrible with scheduling.
And rating, where can they follow you?
youtooz rating on Instagram, arsonist psycho on Twitter, youtooz rating on YouTube, and balding racist on TikTok.
Okay. You can follow me at Alan Ocampo Hernandez in Instagram, and you can follow the podcast and Know Them official podcast. Know Them podcast official, and you can guys follow me in Twitter, Alan and Joe. Yes, my cat's name is Joe, so if I say Joe, that does not mean Joe Mama. So, yeah, welcome to the podcast.
It's really good to have you here, man.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. So I think you have some questions already set out. Not you.
I do.
The way I've got it set up, I am pointing at you guys.
Yeah, I have nothing. Like,
ready?
I'll top of my head. Top of my head.
So leaks. You got any spicy leaks for us to present on the podcast?
Ah, man. I really wish you guys would have told me this before, because then I probably could have got something together. Shoot.
Damn, that's just all bad preparation. I'm sorry.
You just roll up. You're gonna be like, give me 1 minute. You just roll up your computer.
Okay. Yeah, I just got the leak screen. I got like 7 different monitors going off. I got graphs everywhere.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Right now, in terms of leaks, everything that I have is UC, and I can't release right now. But the newest one that no one's going to know yet is the Poofshires one that, everyone found out like literally 15, 20 minutes ago, maybe even an hour. That's the newest thing I got personally.
Cool.
I got word... Actually, I can't say that. There's going to be a darn. There's so many things I wish I could tell you, but I can't. There's a couple of V2s that will come out. I can't tell you who they are, but they're really big figures that sold out extremely, extremely fast.
Badger.
Not Rack, not Badger.
Okay.
No. But there's some V2s that are coming out soon.
Isn't Akunex getting his V2 on the 20th of next month?
No, it's not even that one. There's another one.
Really?
Not as big as him, because he sold in 27 seconds, but there's another one, yeah.
Alright.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I think I do know what you're talking about.
Possibly. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can tell us when the podcast is done.
But I just wanted to talk about one thing quickly that has been circulating because it was on their Twitter. Do you think they will actually make hand sanitizer and toilet paper figures, or do you reckon that was just a joke?
No, because the supply chain for toilet paper and hand sanitizer is absolutely destroyed.
Yeah.
If you've seen what the States, Australia, Europe look like right now,
yeah,
no one is in the position to give out surplus supplies like that for basically a fun item. That is a for fun item. So I don't think Purell is going to be like...
Flexing in 2020.
Oh yeah, I saw that meme. It was so good.
Flexing in 2020, Rick and Morty toilet paper.
Hell yeah,
seriously, man. That's a commodity now. It's a commodity. So yeah, no.
It's funny.
If they manage to somehow figure out the supply chain,
that'd be sick.
I would cry.
It would be like the tape. It would be like the tape again. Make 500 of it.
Even way better. Way better than the tape, dude. Hypothetically, they could supply their own and possibly send it to a person who can make labels, right?
Yeah.
So people just make their own private label hand sanitizer.
And dye it youtooz pink.
That is... exactly. Put some food coloring in there.
Oh, hell yeah. Enough. That definitely wouldn't burn your hands off, would it?
No. Probably not FDA approved, but that's fine, right? Just don't sell it in the United States. Simple enough.
So next Friday, We don't know what's... So this Friday's all the Sidemen, which is great. I'm personally not the biggest fan of the Sidemen figures. What are you thinking about those?
Well, first I'm gonna talk about what you said before. So we only know what this week's drop is. We don't know what next week's drop is, which I found very, very interesting.
Because people are saying Jack's films.
Jack's film.
Yeah.
Jack's films.
Interesting. I feel like it can't be the animators because that's going to be the 18th because Circle 2 and like put that on blast early. But yeah, I could see it being Jack's films. They did post about that yesterday on the Twitter.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised, but he's probably going to drop with someone else. So I'm trying to figure out who that second person is going to be.
Well, it would be really cool if it dropped with... I know there's been no leaks, but Comment Etiquette was saying that he'd love a figure. Ooh. So if Comment Etiquette and Jack's films, they've done a lot of videos, they've been friends for a long time. If they would drop together, that would make sense at least. Yeah,
it totally would make sense. Yeah. I feel like... I don't know how this hasn't happened yet, but I feel like H3...
Oh, yeah.
Like... I just don't know how it hasn't happened.
I feel like H3 would be a great youtooz bust. So like just the head, like the chin's a stack of beanies.
Or you could easily do Ethan because he has the what is it called? He always makes fun of his pot belly. So you could name it
pot belly, vape
niche,
beanies, easy.
There's so much you could do. There's like so many versions. Eva's a little bit tougher. I don't really know what you would do there. Probably decorate with Teddy Fresh stuff. And then maybe do a Teddy Fresh drop on the side. But yeah, back to the Sidemen. In terms of the Sidemen, I'm still trying to determine if I'm going to get all 7. If I do, I already have a buyer for the gun because I don't want the gun. It's just, there's no practical use for me. There's no collective nature to it, which kind of sucks. And I already have the bills. So it's like, what good is it for me?
But it will be a good TikTok, though. Will be a good TikTok.
It would be, but it would be good for that's it. I don't think the content piece is worth over $100 because I could sell the bills and the gun for probably $125, right?
Yeah.
Because if you sell the individual bills, someone's gonna make bank doing that.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've got about 100 entries into the giveaway because I can't afford to buy all 7.
Oh my gosh, that's insane!
I know. I've got like 5 Google accounts because I have so many different like Instagram and YouTube accounts. So I've got all of them like every day doing all of the entries.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for the rest of the Sidemen, like Simon, Ethan, Simon, Rotushiro, and KSI are the only ones I think are going to sell out.
Yeah.
Outside of that, good luck. I think the figures are going to be pretty dead as well. A lot like the Chris Fitz drop. Now they're selling for like $15 on eBay.
Yeah.
And
that's the figures I've got. I've got the Santa Fitz and the Zuckles. So I got them both for £15.
Oh yeah, like they're dirt cheap. It's actually insane. And I mean the youtooz resale market isn't heading anywhere good in the near time or in the near future because look at the world market. It's slowly collapsing.
But
I don't think the final collapse, but it's definitely a recession.
One thing I wanted to ask you about that you were talking about on your Instagram is that I've noticed that the figures are actually, when you go to the checkout, they are more. Because in the UK, because we normally include the taxes in the price, like obviously when we're buying from the US or things on US websites, we see the tax added on the final thing, and that's different. Yeah. And here it used to be about like £30, and now it's about 34. And that's it's a big jump, and I wanted to ask you about that.
So that is due to the market collapse happening across the planet, essentially.
Yeah.
What country is Quid? Is that the UK?
Quid?
I have no clue.
UK, I think that's the UK, yeah.
And are they they're no longer in the Union, right? So there shouldn't be any price. Yeah, okay. So that has to be from a what is it called? Same thing with Australia. Essentially, Australia put a stimulus package out, and it devalued their currency, and their market cap went down because China stopped producing a lot of stuff, and they couldn't produce a lot of things. So what happens is their currency tanks, right? And as your currency tanks, that causes an inverse or a empty space with another currency because you always have a conversion from one currency to another currency.
Yeah.
So in this case, it's quid to the US dollar. Now the deficit of quid to the US dollar dropped. What is $4 on top of 30? That's like what? 1, 2, 3. let's just say like 6%, right?
Yeah.
Like 6% deficit, right? That means that quid lost 6% in the conversion, so the United States dollar gained 6% in the conversion, causing the fluctuation in price. And the only way for that to actually get fixed is for one of two things to occur. Either the quid, the currency, comes back up due to some economic change, or the US dollar gets diminished by another currency.
Yeah.
So the overall strength of the United States dollar went up because the other currency went down. But if, for example, the Chinese yuan goes up, then the United States dollar will go down. Generally speaking, there's a lot of like errors that end up happening because money isn't always perfect in transaction, but like that's just arbitrage, which gets really confusing because you're like buying and leveraging currencies against each other to make money when you flip the currency and change the conversion. So it's a really complicated process.
And just so you know, when he says quid, he does mean like the British pound, like sterling.
Yeah. Same thing.
Just to be, I was a bit when you started. I was like, yes,
quid
money.
Isn't quid like a nickel or a dime to like?
No, quid's like £1.
Oh, okay.
It's just like it's like slang in it. So you're like, you say
okay.
Give me a quid instead of like, oh, can I have a pound?
Oh, so it's like a buck in the United States.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I have a dollar? Okay. Simple enough.
So let's ask a question. Then we're gonna start the question. How did you start collecting? Like anything. How did you start collecting? Or you could answer, how did you start collecting YouTube stickers? You could ask one of those.
So, the first thing I started collecting, I haven't been really a big collector in like anything up until like recent times. The very first things I started collecting were definitely baseball cards. And I didn't start collecting anything until... Actually, I take that back. I collected Pokemon cards for a little bit as a kid.
Yes.
And I collected like Bakugan for a little bit, like on and off, right? But nothing really stuck with me. The most recent thing that I can think of that's like still stuck. Oh my gosh!
I've still got them under my desk. I don't collect them anymore, but I've still got them under my desk.
You still got them.
Do you collect like any Funko?
No. I mean, I have like.
I collect lightsabers.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Expensive habit.
that was weird. My parent just dropped in my room. Anyway, so the most recent thing I've collected that's really stuck with me, at least, is probably baseball cards and sports cards. I flip those. And youtooz, but I flip youtooz even harder though.
So I always say I'm gonna flip you. I'm always like, oh yeah, I'll get a figure, I'll flip. But I'm always just like, oh no, it's too cool, I'll keep it. But I never take them out of the boxes though. Like they stay in the boxes.
Yeah. I never take mine out of the boxes except for like some unboxings. But like even that, it's like really just to show people the figure.
Who takes them off the boxes? You know.
Yeah. What kind of idiot would do that?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna open
that's what I hate.
I'm gonna open a resale website probably in like 5 months, maybe a little bit sooner than that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna just sell direct from there as opposed to eBay because everyone's scared of getting scammed on eBay. So
yeah.
I'm just gonna leverage my trust in the community and just start selling from my own page.
The only figures I've really bought specifically to flip were the a.k.a. intro and the Mini Lad V2, just because I knew they would sell out, and I just thought they're gonna probably have good resales. So.
Yeah, I bought a lot of Mini Lads. More than I'm comfortable paying. Yeah, not as many as J Flat. I bought 20 J Flats, which was like one of the greatest flips of all time. But yeah, I bought a pretty decent amount of Mini Lads.
Oh, I'm surprised. I bet you regret not getting more badges though, because those are gonna have mad resale.
I had no clue. He was reselling for like $150 for a little bit. It was insane.
Jesus Christ! I want a badger so bad, but I can't afford to spend that much on a figure.
It's expensive. Yeah. I don't know. It's a funny figure. Like if you look inside, it says made for conservatives and liberals.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's the funniest thing to me
because
it's adapts to the American political system.
Yeah.
And I just find it absolutely hilarious. But it's a pretty cool figure. I
Yeah.
haven't got mine yet. Probably because my Poke ships in like 2 to 3 days. I should get him as well, I think.
Yeah.
But my tracking doesn't say that, which is
Stop
concerning.
falling!
I'm working on a video because obviously I run the youtooz rating account as well as this account, but I'm working on a video for that of the top 10 youtooz, and I think Badger came second after Pyrovision.
Mm. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really like Pyrovision because Pyrocynical is like one of my favorite figures, and just the Pyrovision was just that figure, but just ramped up. So it was like that figure times 5 of him sitting on it and then him wearing it. I like it. It's cool. They did well on that. I think a lot of the designs.
I got one.
I think that in terms of the designs, there's a lot of the intricate designs they do really well. But then some of the bigger YouTubers, I've noticed, like the Sidemen, I don't feel like there was a lot of effort put into those figures because they just kind of look like them. I feel like they could have done a better job with the design. And I don't know whether that was on YouTube's side or the Sidemen side, or whether it's just something they overlooked. But I just feel like they could have done a lot better.
That was a weird one because they wanted to put a lot of their brand in there. Like, you see their logo kind of plastered everywhere.
Oh yeah,
no
they're all wearing their merch.
But it's just the execution of it was kind of just like it felt blatant almost.
Yeah.
It didn't seem as like, oh no, we're trying to actually just make an individual figure. No, it seemed like, no, this is definitely an ad read.
Because they're not like Vicstar and Ethan and Miniminter, they're the Sidemen.
Yeah, like Roy Kushiro's makes the most sense to me. It has the soccer card thing, and it has his own merch. I'm like, that's great. I love it.
That's good. And I feel like Zerka's one's good as well. And also, the only 3 that I think were actually like fitted the YouTubers were Ethan, Zerka, and Harry, and maybe KSI. But like Miniminter was so scuffed. It was just a guy with football boots on.
I was like, what's the point? There's no change. What do you want? What am I buying?
Yeah. Oh, a bloke with a football, epic.
Yeah, exactly. Wonderful.
So, no, you go. I've asked a lot of questions.
Okay. Will you have? Okay, this is a question. Maybe for the future for you. Maybe for the future for your profile, basically for Instagram or Twitter. Will you ever show your face in the future?
Probably not on my main account or my Twitter. I'm gonna release my own account in June, I think I decided. But I'm just gonna post all the stuff that I like to post because that's where I talk about like all the stuff where I make money. Like I just talk about like my hustle, right? Like I flip baseball cards and stuff. Like that's what I'm doing. Like outside of this, I'm literally scouring eBay because the sports seasons got like canceled around here, and I'm spending legit all of my money buying cards right now because the market's depressed. And right when the season comes back, everything's going to shoot up in price. So like that's the stuff I do on the side of this, right? And that's all I really talk about. So that's probably what I would end up posting on there with my face.
So is that like your job then? Flipping anything you can buy and sell?
It's not really my job. It's more my hobby. My job is I do operations support. That's like cool. my actual job. I have to go there. Yeah. Today's Tuesday. Is today Tuesday? Yeah. I have to go there tomorrow.
Tuesday, March 20th.
Hey, buddy. Yeah. So that's what I do for. Well, I'm still in college, right? Or technically, I'm in high school, but I go to college.
Yeah.
So that's like my job. But school got canceled, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if my credits are going to get waived.
That was boring at home.
It's so weird. Boring.
I'm just trying to ramp up. Everyone's stuck at home and everyone's just staring at their phone. But there's no leaks. It's been so dry.
Yeah.
I can't, like, there's just been nothing crazy. And I've just been posting, like, random things. And it's, like, it's been hurting because people are like, where's the leaks? And I'm like, I don't know.
And because of, I'm really struggling because I obviously run the ratings account and I have to, every day I'm trying to keep it up to 2 ratings. But at the rate that they're releasing figures and that leaks and stuff, I just can't keep that up. I'm going to run out of figures. So I'm reviewing old figures because there's just not enough leaks to keep it up.
I mean, you may as well at least, right?
Yeah.
So it's like maybe you can do like you can re-review, or you should review sets, right? You should do overall sets.
I'll do box reviews as well because the boxes are part of it, aren't they? Because I mean, if the box is trash, then there's no point. Like I love the clown meme figure, but I'm never going to take it out of the box, and the box is so plain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
I love the what figure is it called? I'm gonna be right back. I love the Fitz figure. I mean the Santa Fitz.
Yeah.
Santa Fitz
Oh,
because
yeah.
So here in the box, yes. See, look, the figure's inside the box. Let me show you. See, it's 3D, right? I like it because like right here, it just represents like a video. He said in a video. I remember one of his videos for Christmas. He said, "I thought Christmas was supposed to be a family holiday. Why the heck is Santa going down my chimney?" He's just taking stuff from one of his videos that people like. That's a good idea. Not like not like other figures that they just say like something dumb and they just created.
Yeah.
Mm.
But another thing is like I'm struggling because I've got my youtooz display. I've just got it set up in like a fucking, oh my god, Jesus Christ, I can't be asked. You can just about see it.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, I've got I've got the pyramid set up. What?
We're gonna get demonetized now.
Oh, we don't get paid. It's fine.
We can't hear him. Oh no.
We can't hear you anymore.
Sorry.
I have to ask the questions now. It's up to me.
Can you not hear me?
We can't hear you.
Okay.
Oh no.
Here, let's type
Okay,
Discord.
Can you hear me?
Let me just ask you a quick a question, and then let's see if he comes back. We can't.
Don't worry.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Alright, can you hear me?
So, for example,
Can you hear me?
do you think sometimes in the youtooz figures they leak out youtooz? For example,
Can you hear me?
let's look at Santa Fit here. You see that?
for God's sake.
Down in the bottom, it says Ainsley.
Uh-huh.
And then it says Carson, Swagger, all of that. What do you think? And then I don't have Toby, but what do you think? Do you think sometimes, like, in the figures or in the boxes, they like, I don't know, like
They leak stuff.
Leak? Yeah.
I mean, that's a little bit tougher to do. I could see that potentially happening. The likelihood is relatively low, but I know for a fact they wanted to make. So it's definitely not out of the picture.
Hello?
But yeah, I could see them trying to make an Ainsley in the future. But I don't think they leak anything in figures with too much intent. Simply just because it's really hard to do. Like, how do you leak something in a figure? Like, other than that writing, like, there's really no other platforms to convey the message, I guess. Maybe on the box somewhere. Like, that would be really crazy if, like, you had to rip open the box. Oh, there you are. If you, like, rip open the bottom of the box where you can't see it, and, like, they had, like a random leak, right? But in order to get the leak, you had to destroy the box. Almost like Cards Against Humanity. How if you want that special card, you have to buy the case and you have to rip the bottom of the box, right?
Wait, is that like true? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, and some of the Cards Against Humanity like expansion sets or the holding cases or whatever.
Yeah.
There's certain places where they put a card underneath the cardboard and you have to rip open the box and then you get the card. And it's a special card.
Oh wow.
And it's yeah. In like the bigger blacker box, they have a card. I think they have two actually, just scattered on the very bottom. And I thought that was like a really creative way to do that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just found this out. I don't even have a pencil. For Fitz, I don't have a pencil. Are you serious? I'm not joking. Look, he doesn't have a pencil. You see that? He doesn't.
No. Mine does. So, haha.
Oh god. That's funny.
Just one more question.
I've been waiting for my.
I just wanted to ask a question outside of youtooz.leaks. You've been playing Doom Eternal.
Dude, okay. So I play basically no video games. It's actually kind of impressive how very few video games I play.
Jeez.
I play a little.
Thanks for the podcast, guys. Thanks for watching the podcast.
I play a little bit of Minecraft here and there. I play.
Okay.
I played just a little bit of Roblox yesterday. Actually, that was kind of fun. But outside of that, I don't. I used to be a huge. I'm talking top 5,000 player on Battlefield 4, Xbox 360. I destroyed at that game. I played that game for like 2 years straight. Killed. that was like all-time game period. Then I got into a lot of CS:GO. I played that. I played 2,000 hours of that in the span of 3 years, I think. So nothing really impressive, right? But I still played a decent amount. And then after that, I got into a new mindset. It was kind of weird, actually. I went from playing video games like all day to basically playing no video games at all. And I just kind of like, for me, it just became a waste of time because I figured out ways to make money at scale. And I said, I'd much rather go do that than go play video games. Like, I'd much rather run this youtooz account than go play video games. Yeah. That's just me, right? Some people like video games more. I don't know.
I get that. Like, I used to be, Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
I used to be amazing. Like, not to brag, I used to be really good at Rainbow. Like, I used to get plat or diamond every season. I was like proper good. But and then eventually, I just suddenly stopped playing just because I just suddenly got into the mindset of there's more important things I could be doing. So I stopped playing that game religiously, and now it's more like a couple days a week after school, or I'll come back and I'll play like maybe like 2 hours of like a story game, and then I'll do some homework, or I'll like edit a video, because I don't know, I run like a comedy channel as well. I have a lot of YouTube channels that I'm running, man. It's difficult, but I spend all my time either editing, playing games, or doing homework. And just games doesn't... It's like last on that list for me at the moment. So whenever a game comes out that I really like, I'll take my time playing. I'll try and do everything you can in the game. And then I'll go back to just editing videos and doing homework until another good game comes out.
Yeah.
Cool glasses. You like Michael Reeves.
These are not mine. These are not mine. I just found them in the drawer in my room. No, I have glasses in my home. So I think we'll ask one more youtooz question, and then another relatable youtooz question, and then we're good with the podcast.
Yeah.
Cool.
We need one more youtooz question. I don't have one. I had one in my mind.
Okay, I'll ask him while he thinks of that. Your camera's gone, by the way. Oh, there you go. No, it's fine. It's back now. What would you say is your least favourite youtooz? Like, which one would you say you like the least?
Probably Musilk. But I always say Lachlan just because I burnt him. I threw him in a fire. So it's like, how bad do you really gotta dislike a youtooz in order to destroy it?
Sometimes in the drawings, in the concept drawings, in the youtooz, sometimes they mess something up. And then when you go to like the actual figures for 360, it's actually better.
Yeah, like on the
for example, Lachlan's. Lachlan's like drawing is like he's showing everything. His head was like fat, like really big. Like his chin was like more bigger, like fat. But when you go to the actual like figure, it's just normal.
Yeah, because that's the concept that they send to the creator, and then the creator adjusts, right? So, for example, Connor, the very first concept, I think they struck a deal. So they wanted to release the concept to get the hype. But then Connor said, no, I want to make some changes. So they make some changes, and then they go from there. So that's why he has gloves, for example. Yeah. I don't really know what the context behind the gloves is. Maybe it's because his memes are always like fishing related. And since he's such a hardcore fisherman, he needs gloves. Like, I don't get it, right? But he has gloves, and that's definitely a change that he got.
One example of that made it all the way to printing on the boxes is I'm Alex. And it's like a joke on my page that I hate the I'm Alex figure, but I have the figure and I love I'm Alex. But the figure itself I actually really like, but it's the box that I have a problem with, because I love the box, but on the box his head is literally an oval, but then on the figure it's just a normal head. And the reason I hated the figure for so long is because his head was literally, it's like a turnip, and it's like, it was always just like messing with me. So yeah, the figure's actually cool.
I've never compared it to a turnip, but I kind of see it, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
I think I love my first figure was this guy right here, Jameski right here. It was Jameski. But then I like Tumat. So when I was watching Tumat's videos, I heard of the Jameski problem, the Jameski drama. So then 100% I hate this figure now. I just hate it. I hate it. I don't regret buying it because I bought it in the last second. I remember that when I bought it,
it sold
the
out
next thing I know, It's sold out. It's sold out
Yeah,
after that. Okay, I'm with you. But
dude.
I don't regret buying it, but it's
What's the deal with Too Mad? He had
Sorry,
so
give me 2
few
seconds. I'll be
stock.
back in a second. Just carry on.
Sounds good.
yeah.
Well, what's the
Okay.
deal with Too Mad? His stock was so absolutely low. I think it was something like 2,000, which is like absurd in my mind. And I think someone
Yeah, I
else
don't
did
know.
too. I forget who it was. I don't know why he had such low stock, and he took a long time to sell out. But he's reselling for like $90. Like who figures?
It was a good figure. It was a good figure, but you
Mhm.
saw him just like nothing.
Yeah, no one resells him as well. Like I've been trying to find someone to like sell one. Not that I actually wanted to buy it. I simply just wanted to
Sorry
know
for my
the
profile
market.
photo, by the way.
But
Okay.
no one sells them. No one sells Too Mad, and I just don't get it.
Nah.
Maybe it's the low stock, but yeah, no one sells them. So I was thinking, like, what's gonna happen to these big collectors in the future that want to get all the figures? You can't, dude.
No.
You literally can't, because people will not sell it, which is like insane to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. And plus, it's weird because there's not as much collectability in these youtooz because there's so
No.
many different versions as opposed to Funko, which has like the staple. Like, no, this is the one that you collect. This is the one that we released at Target, right? This is the non-collector's version, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it's a little bit more staple and easier to understand. But I wonder when we'll get I continue to say this, the shark collectors. When will the shark collectors enter the youtooz atmosphere and cause prices to spike? It's just a matter of time.
One thing I've said for a long time is that I think youtooz need to make sure that I think they need to start doing it so every figure is capped at like 1,000 or just a little bit over, because or even like some of the more limited ones down to 500. Just because I feel like if they keep making loads, then they'll keep not selling out, and that'll just make it harder and harder to resell it at a good price. Because the whole thing with youtooz that draws people in is that they're so exclusive, and it's like if you get it, it's like, oh, I actually have it, and it's like showing your like love for the creator or whatever.
Yeah.
And I feel like because it feels like they're just making so many of each figure now because they're just not selling out. Like what the Tuxbird one has been, he's got like 3 million subs or whatever, and his figure's been up for like 2 months. It's mental.
I don't know. I think I haven't. I don't actually know, right? But I want to say that the creator gets to choose how many they get to sell, but if they don't sell out, I think they get a dock in their pay for the contract, right? Like maybe they make less money for the, like if they don't sell X amount in the first week, they lose X amount per figure sold, right? So as opposed to making, I want to say they make about $7 a figure sold.
Yeah.
The creators do. Maybe if they don't sell over 75% of their stock within the first week, they lose out on, I don't know, $3. Right, they lose out on $3. Because I remember Joko. A lot of people want a Joko Baird one, but he said, "I don't think I can meet the selling requirements." And I'm like, "Selling requirements? I don't know. Like they just make money off it, so who cares?" So I think there has to be some sort of system at which you have to hit a minimum of sales, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't hit those minimums, you get docked something. There's a reason that he doesn't think he can hit the sales quota, right? The sales minimum. That means he could do it. He just doesn't think he can get the minimum, which will cause something else in turn to occur, which will make him lose out on something that he doesn't want to lose out on. Maybe it means he can't get a second figure or something like that. I don't really know what the logistics are, but that's even small creators like him can get figures, but he doesn't want one because there's an issue. There's a clause factoring him.
One thing I did hear about one figure is, you know, the a.k.a. figure. What I heard, I think I was just through DMs on Twitter or something, but it's that youtooz just wanted to make the a.k.a. intro and they wanted to make it limited with the speaker, but then a.k.a. was like, if we're going to do that...
No, I want my own figure. Yeah,
exactly.
That's smart.
He didn't want it just to be about the meme as well.
That's the play. That's the right play for him. But, I mean, I understand where youtooz is coming from. No one wants an a.k.a. figure. I'm going to be completely genuine with you.
I don't feel like there's many... Because it's like the same thing as, like... I feel like the kind of people who buy youtooz are like... I hate to say it like this, but we're like memers and we're like really... Oh, we're so cool or whatever. But I feel like if they started making figures for creators like if they were like one with Logan Paul, I feel like people would stop buying them because they'd be like, what the hell? We don't want to buy figures from a company that's associated with someone like that. And I feel like they brushed that line kind of with the a.k.a. figure, because there was like, his subs are all like 7, and that's not kind of what their brand is meant to be associated with. You know?
Same thing with Lockley and Daquan. All those early moves I thought were really, really risky. I mean, I wasn't even there to critique them at that point in time. It's just like, bro, like, I understand that you're trying to run a P&L here and try to make some money, but like, this is how you kill your brand, like irritating your customers. Because it's like, it's not even, it's the brand of the creator that kills, because they're an influencer, what's it called? They're like an influencer advertising business. That's like how youtooz grows. Yeah. If the influencer sucks and their advertisements are awful, you're not going to sell a lot of figures. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. It's all based on the community and brand that the YouTuber brings. And that's why youtooz will never die in my mind, because every single time a new creator comes in, that's a new brand that will buy new figures from their selection that's available, right? Yeah. So I'm assuming the average purchase price, if you come to youtooz, is a minimum of $60. Like, legit. I don't think most people on average, like, I think is probably like $45 to $60 in sales per customer that they acquire from each YouTuber, which is like absurd. Like, that's an insane amount of money to get per customer. And their ads, like, honestly, I've been getting on them to go run like Instagram ads and stuff, and they're finally hiring a paid media buyer, right? Which is not a hard job, but they need one. They need to dedicate someone to doing that. But like, their ads don't even need to be good. Like, they literally need to be very par, which is very good and very nice. Yeah, literally, because all they have to do is leverage the creator, and then know where to market it on Facebook and Instagram ads, and you will make bank. Like, it is so easy for them to market. It is absurd.
I think with them, I just think with their brand, they need to keep up. They're so good at interacting with the customer, or whether it be over DMs or whatever. I think they need to keep that up, and they need to be able to stay. Another term I hate, but they need to stay down with the kids. They need to be aware of the meme culture, the internet culture, because that's so important with their brand. And it's their thing. And I feel like if they make one slip up, like, I get that their whole brand started by making a dead meme, but I feel like if they do one thing that's like, if they make one figure that's wrong, they need to be so aware of that, because I feel like one figure that's just like too outdated or too edgy or something.
Too dead.
Feel like
Yeah, they're on a fine line, but like you said, they got to be very, very aware with all the moves that they make. Yeah. Because it's like, I don't really know what happens if they do release like someone like a Jake Paul. Like, what happens from there? Like, how do you recover from that? And what's the community response? I mean, we haven't gotten a figure like that yet. No. Where it's literally pissed off basically everyone. No. The closest that I can think of off the top of my head. Actually, I can't think of one because I wasn't here during that era of like kind of running the P&L and just trying to make money, right? I wonder, like, I guess Mr. Beast was like a 50-50. I think a lot of people were just neutral on him. They're like, oh, okay, that's cool, I guess. But he brought a lot of 12-year-olds, and people just didn't like that, right? Yeah. There is ageism. Ageism is definitely a thing, and I don't even say that as a joke. That is a legitimate thing in this community. Not that it's good or bad, but it's just something you have to take into account when you bring in new content creators with new fan bases. Yeah, because what it is.
I haven't been like a creator of like the youtooz rating stuff. I've been only doing this for like 2 months now. But I was so surprised when I started to gain a following and I started talking to people in DMs. Like, the actual age, I was expecting people to be all like 15, 16 and upwards. But there's actually a surprising amount of people who are like around the ages of 12, 13. And I was really surprised by that. But yeah, I think we might, if there's anything you want to say before we end it, I think we might have to wrap this up here, just because I have to go. It's really late. It's really late with me. I'm in England, if you can't tell.
I'll do one more question, and then this is a youtooz off. This is an important question, Leaks. Okay, this will define your your account in our accounts. You ready for this? Drum roll.
Shake the camera.
Okay, hi, Mike.
Oh no. I figured this out.
Okay, with
Um, will you be following the podcast and maybe us in the future?
well, if you don't have
I
a
don't know.
YouTube account, I'm literally fine with following basically any YouTube account. That's my brand, right? If I know you, I will probably follow your YouTube account because it doesn't hurt me, right? Like if you value a follow from me, that's great, right? I just gotta keep it on brand. That's the only thing that matters. So yeah, sure. If you make this podcast YouTube's related and keep it pretty YouTube centric, sure.
Yeah, well, second
That's just my
episode.
thing.
I
This is
just
the
hope
second
that
episode. How many episodes?
what I think that I'm aiming for with this podcast is just to I want youtooz to see it, and I kind of want, because we talk about youtooz in like constructive and criticism and constructive, and I feel like if they saw this and like improved their brand because of it, that would be a win in my books.
Yeah, it's tough.
I like to have YouTube for the podcast. I like to have another podcast.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, we'll see. Mr. Austin's a busy boy.
Yeah,
he hasn't
really
been
is.
replying to that many DMs from what I've been seeing. A lot of people have been
He's
saying like,
always
"Man,
active.
I know too,
Yeah.
right? It's like crazy. But he's been like, even on the weekends. I mean, he's working double time.
Oh yeah,
This company is his baby. Like
he runs a tight ship.
Me and him talked about it. It's like, if anything, he's 10 times more busier now than he was in college and everything, right?
Yeah.
'Cause now this is your life. This company is his livelihood.
Yeah.
So if you're not taking care of it, there's an issue, right? So it's
Yeah.
like, even he has there's 3 main owners, right? And he's still taking a bunch of calls during the weekend. So I can't imagine what the other 2 dudes are doing, or girl. I don't actually know.
No.
I think it's 2 Austins and someone else, but I don't know the third person.
Two guys called
No,
Austin.
it is 2 Austins. There's
Oh, that's
2 main
fantastic.
dudes named Austin, and then there's someone else. I don't know their name.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much. Everyone go follow
Yes,
youtooz.leaks
thanks.
if you aren't already. I'm sure you are. He's the
Leaks.
biggest fan account on Instagram. And
Oh,
Twitter, I think.
Yeah, I got a Twitter, TikTok, and I got a podcast myself. I'm probably gonna
Oh, yeah.
He
Yeah,
does.
I'm gonna get you guys
He
on
does.
Oh, that'd be
I gotta get
fantastic.
this.
I'd love that.
there. Yeah. I gotta figure that out, dude. My OBS. I've spent literally a month trying to figure out how to run my OBS on my Mac, because Mac is not meant to run OBS.
No,
Last
this is
thing
what
ever.
we're recording this with.
So I might have to buy like a couple plugins, but it's gonna cost me an arm and a leg. So I was just trying to decide like.
Have you
if
tried
I'm
a
gonna pull the
bandy?
trigger.
Just you could always use a Bandicam. They have
All I
a
need is the
watermark. You
audio.
can cut it out in editing.
I don't even want the video. I just want the audio.
Oh,
That's all I want.
Can you just not get a voice recorder and just relay it through your phone?
That's probably what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
That was like my last resort, but the phone quality just doesn't come out as well. And I need
right.
an MP3 format too, which is
Yeah.
a little bit tougher. And I was thinking about getting a converter, but if I'm gonna get a converter, I'm gonna get Premiere, but Premiere costs like $500. And I was like, can I find a jailbroken version? And I'm like, I don't want my computer to get hacked. So I'm just
No.
like, there's a lot of things that need to occur in order for me to make this decision. But I'm getting very close, and I might just pull the trigger and drop a lot of money on it. But I don't know.
Cool. All right.
Thanks
Well,
for-
contact us
me-
about coming on. We'd love to do that. And
will do.
thank you so much.
Thanks for youtooz.leaks being here, a very special guest, and the podcast.
Yeah.
Thanks for my co-host rating for being here. Also, in like I don't know what time it is for you. Probably like really late for
God,
you.
yeah, it's 10 now.
Yes.
Well, yeah,
Ooh.
10.
Oh, it's 10. Okay. And you're like leaks. You're like you're like close to 1,000 in Twitter, right?
Yeah, I'm
Like
at like
1,000
900 probably right now. I haven't
Yeah.
checked in.
So get him to 1,000. Do it.
Get them to 1,000.
That's crazy.
and let's see what
I never
happens next.
expected that.
So thanks for listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
I hope to have you back in the podcast
Yeah.
another time.
If you haven't already
Sure.
watched it, go watch the first episode. Anyone watching? Thanks again to youtooz.leaks. Follow me, youtooz rating, and Know Them Podcast official on Instagram. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Goodbye.
Bye.